Alright guys, so it's errand day. You have a ton of things that you need to get done, and you need to get it done by a certain amount of time. My question is, what type of errand runner are you? Are you the type of person who just zigzags around town? Or maybe you're the one who categorizes everything and you go on your errands according to the categories. Or quite possibly you're like me, who looks for efficiency. I don't know, which one is it? Leave a comment below and tell me how you run your errand. All right, now, as you guys know, I am an ambassador for our local chamber, and part of my responsibilities as an ambassador is to go around to our local business owners and chat with them about the way they are enjoying their membership, if they have any questions, so forth and so on. One of the things that I do prior to sitting down has become a habit for whenever I run errands. Because I thrive on efficiency, that's what I do around here, I like to sit down, write out my errands, or at least look at where I have to go and decide how I can do that in a circle. And so that is a habit. That is my method. So today I just want to share with you how you can look at these 3 areas of leadership and then create a method for your own madness, and definitely one specific area that could be what's holding you back on your leadership journey. Probably something you never even thought to look at. All right, if that is something that you're considering or that you need to know more about, definitely keep watching to today's video. Like I said before, I am a local ambassador for my chamber, and I do have a habit. What I like to do is sit down before I leave, map out where it is I need to go, and then I will take that route. I will map it out in my mind or on a piece of paper. Go to this place first, go to this place second, so forth and so on, so that I know that I'm working in some sort of order and I'm not doing a bunch of zigzagging and backtracking, and I'm wasting all this time and energy. So today I'm gonna walk you through 3 elements of leadership that will help you create your own method for your madness. And I wanna talk to you about this because I've been reading a book about habits, and it talks about cues, routines, and rewards. And I found that so valuable because when we form these habits, we're not really thinking about anything other than getting it done the way we've always gotten it done. And I think this applies so heavily to the reasons that a lot of us don't get the help we need in our business. Whether it's getting a coach, or whether it's purchasing a digital course, or whether it's doing just one-on-one coaching or taking a workshop, whatever. We have gotten ourselves in a habit of either one, saying to yourself, oh, I can just Google it and learn all these things myself, at which point it takes years to get your answers. Trust me, I know. Hi, my name is Andre, and I'm a Google, I can do it myself-aholic, okay? But that is so wasteful of your time, and you could just get where you wanna go so much faster if you break the habit of that, okay? So you need to develop a new routine to get the same reward. I talk a lot more about this on my podcast. So if you have not watched my podcast or listened to my podcast, definitely go check out the CEO mindset, because it is going to give you a little bit of supplement to this video, because here we're going to be talking about 3 areas of leadership that you can create a method to your madness. And I think that it will go very well with the podcast that I did. So the first element that I want to talk about of leadership that will help you create a method to your madness is your IQ. Okay, so yes, your intellectual quotient. That is a number that they've derived somewhere that tells you how smart you are. But that's not what I want to talk about. And I have my notes here because I want to make sure that I get it right. So your intellectual quotient, or your IQ, it measures your ability to reason and solve problems. The higher that is, maybe the easier it is for you to do that, your intellectual IQ. That's why it's so important for you to stay on top of what's going on in your industry, to constantly learn and grow, read books, watch videos, because you don't have all the answers and you need to learn, increase your knowledge. So that is one area where you can create a method to your madness, how you grow, how you get better. That's only going to help you be a better leader. It's essential to factor that in so that you can use it for choosing like a career or business path or partnerships to pick up or anything, the right dollar, the right customer to pick up. The smarter you are, the more you know about how to grow a business, how to gain partnerships, how to increase your following. All of these things are going to help you to be better at the thing you're trying to do. So if you're growing your business, for sure, you want to get smarter. You want to work smarter and not harder. So you want to kind of start to to increase your intellect a little bit. Get a little bit smarter in the area of your expertise. Stay a few steps ahead of the people that you are teaching. It's also going to help you to create the method to your madness, because it'll help you determine what needs to be done, right? When you get smarter, you'll know. This is such an important point to me, because the more every year I say, oh wow, I'm getting it, I figured it out. I know exactly what I need to do to get better and do better in my business. And so I think that that one thing is the key. But I've said that like for the past 3 or 4 years. And the truth is, even though sometimes it frustrates me and I get a little upset about it, the truth is I have grown every year, because every year I am growing, I am learning more, I'm reading more books, I'm taking more courses, listening to more experts, and I'm learning, I'm increasing my IQ in this area. So it's helping me to be an even better leader. It's helping me to know what needs to be done, what steps need to be taken, what order those steps need to be taken in order for me to grow. So again, you are growing in your intellect because you are reading, learning, you're purchasing that course, you're taking that workshop, you're getting that coach, you're doing the thing that you didn't necessarily want to do or invest in because you had that I can Google it itis. We don't need that. We're going to waste time. The other thing is it helps you to decide where to go to get the right information when it's needed. Again, when you learn what needs to be done, odds are they're going to show you or list in that book or in that YouTube video or in that course that you're talking about. They're going to point you into the next direction that you need to be going in. And that is also going to help so that we can now work smarter and not harder. And then lastly, it helps you understand a basic formula that you can use to get to your success. If you are that person who says, every time I take a course, or I don't like purchasing digital courses, or I don't like working with coaches because I never get anything out of it. Suffice it to say, your intellectual quotient is definitely going to help you understand exactly what it is you need to do, where you need to go to get it done. And then it's also going to help you understand just a basic formula, a basic template that you can follow to reach your level of success. Now, the next element of leadership is your emotional quotient. And I love this emotional intelligence quotient because it's really your ability to learn about yourself. And that's what I like to hang my hat on, is teaching you how to really know who you are and how you can leverage that across all areas of your life. And so I want you to look at this element of leadership. Your emotional intelligence quotient is definitely a place where you can create a method to your madness, because it all starts with you and it allows you to leverage who you are across all platforms. And the way it helps you create a method to your madness is the application of your personal framework here across your life and business, which is what I meant when I said you can leverage who you are across every area of your life. When you've constructed your personal framework, which we'll go over again, are your strengths, limitations, desires, and non-negotiables. Once you've defined all those things and you walk within that and you apply that to every circumstance that you find yourself in your life, in your business, you're guaranteed to show up as your best self, because you have taken all of those things into consideration and you're operating within that framework. You're showing up as yourself, as your best. So creating or constructing that personal framework is going to, the emotional intelligence quotient is going to help you create a method to your madness here, because you are going to start to define the way you work, the way you show up in your business and when you're working with other people. It's also going to help you bring order to chaos in your life, because again, you're operating within a certain framework and you know what you need to do and be your best, and you can cut out all the rest. You can say, you know what? Not my wheelhouse, not my zone of genius. This is a non-negotiable for me, so I'm not even going to address it. It's also going to help you not only understand the basics of the formula that you learned when you're reading the books or you're taking the courses or you're talking to your coach. So it's not only going to help you with that, but it's also going to help you apply who you are and customize that formula for yourself. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to do Premier Designs Jewelry. You've heard me talk about this so many times before. But one of the things that they did was they would teach you how to get more bookings. And so they would show you all these different games that they would play and how they, the purse game, to this game, to that game. And the funny thing is that I tried it the way they said it. And I would go around, I would do exactly what they told me to do. And I could not get bookings. I could not figure it out. I did not know why. They had given me the formula. They told me what to do from A to B. They even told me what types of props to use. They told me the script to say, all of the things, but I was not seeing the same level of success based on what they were telling me. So one day I said to myself, Andrea, just be yourself and see what happens. And when I applied who I was, I had tremendous success. So what I'm saying here is your emotional intelligence quotient, when put together with your IQ, your intelligence quotient, is going to help you see the level of success that you want, because now you're operating as yourself. And not only do you now know the formula, not only do you have that framework there, but you can now apply your personal framework to that template, to that checklist, to that formula, and get much better success, because it's going to be done in a way that is organic to you, that is authentic to you. The other thing that it helps you with here, your emotional intelligence quotient, and how it helps you create a method to your madness, is it helps you relate to other people, as well as empathize with where they are on their own journey. So as an entrepreneur, I've talked about this before, you've had your epiphany moment and you figured out how to get yourself to where you need to go. That is your journey. When you reach other people and you're trying to solve a similar problem for them, it would behoove you to have the outline of your own journey. So when you meet someone, you can identify very quickly what section of that journey they are on, and you'll be able to meet them there. You'll be able to empathize with them in that moment. And it won't come across as salesy. It won't come across as pushy or aggressive. It'll come across as you being empathetic to their situation, sympathetic to where they are, and really having a heart to serve to help them get to the next level of where it is they want to be. I want you to consider this when you're thinking about like your habits and how they happen. It might be time for you to change. It may be time for you to create a method to your madness in order for you to have some level of success. Again, I'm talking about habits over on my podcast, and I just kind of go into a lot more detail about how they work, but I wanted to just kind of match up the idea of a habit versus a method to your madness. Whatever dialogue or whatever verbiage you use, I think this is a great idea for you to kind of connect the two, because you have a method to your madness. That's basically a habit, okay? Now, the next area and the last area that I want to talk to you about is process management. Now, listen guys, it is important for us to create a process, a system, some procedures, have some things in place that make it easy for you to be consistent and to show up as your best self all the time. So process management, just by definition, if you aren't sure, is a systematic procedure that ensures you're running your business or you're leading effectively and efficiently. So that's what you want to do. We want to be leaders, right? We want to grow in our business. We want to be the CEO of our business. So we want to create some order of process, some systems in place that are going to help us better do that. Again, here your personal framework is going to be your very first system that you are going to create. That personal framework, if you think about it, is like your own personal operating system, right? So it supports your life. Creating these processes, doing process management for your business, creating those systems help you identify areas that are consistent, that are going to continue to happen in your business, and then you'll be able to create templates for them to make sure that they happen the same way over and over and over again. Things like batching your time to create content, or time blocking to make sure that you have enough time to get done, or methods to your madness that you're going to want to create in your business. So that does it. I hope you really enjoyed this week's video, because habits are really important in our business. But when it comes to making choices, don't become a member of that. I can look it up on Google-itis Club, when there are so many people here who are ready and able to help you take leaps and bounds in your business. Anyway, down below, I want you to take a look at something that I've got going. I will be launching my signature program very soon. And so I hope that this has convinced you that it is a good idea for you to create a method to your madness. Take advantage of these 3 leadership elements that are going to help you do a better job. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Again, if you've not already and you made it this far, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and do that. Hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. And come back again next week, because there is more to come. All right, thanks guys. Have a good day.